Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I want to use up some of my paper strips. So things like this where, it's just a strip of paper, in this case cardstock, cut off from various ephemera making. And basically I took inspiration from card makers who sometimes lay their scraps diagonally and they make various things with it. In this case, I made a tag. And I think it turned out quite cool. So I thought I would give it a go with you. I've got various scraps here. So I just thought, yeah, we would give it a go. And it might give you some ideas of how you can use up these things as well. So really, really easy. What I've done is I've gone through and arranged my scraps by sort of like colours that I thought went together. I've done that off screen because if anyone knows me and decisions can be a bit tricky. So, I thought I would do, I'll do that part off screen and then maybe we can get a bunch done. Okay, so I think I'm just going to start. So I'm using Kalau glue just because it's quick and easy and cheaper than art glitter. And I've just got some book page, which is nothing special. So I'm just going to glue them essentially at a diagonal. And then once I've got a few of these sheets, I'll then look to, cut them down into, I imagine making, plenty of tags. But there might be other things that we can do with them as well. I might be able to punch circles from them and like large circles and make pockets or paper clips and things. I just sort of have to see, but I'm going with the idea that they're going to be primarily tags or journal cards, almost like a masterboard. That's kind of what I'm going with. So if you've got your strips, grab them out, make something easy. So I'm filming this after work actually, which I don't normally do, but as I said in my previous video, I am trying to catch up on filming a little bit. But I also want to get into the habit of doing a few evening videos, afternoon, evening videos, really just so that I don't leave all my filming just for one day. Like, at the end of the day, I want to craft more often than that, don't I? So I'm hoping you can see that all right. So yeah, I'm just going to go in that sort of vein and see what we can come up with. So as I say, I've got everything like ready to go. Just thought that would make it easier. I'm sure there are, I'm using like cardstock, scrapbooking papers, just because that's what I have a lot of strips left over from, but you could do this with any kind of strips, I suppose. Nice and easy. So yeah, I've just tried to keep colours together, whether it be from the same paper pad, because my ideas for this is kind of like, background is like the background of the tag. And then obviously, like for example, in this case, I used quite like neutral vintage tones, and then I could, put a fussy cut on it and have that stand out more. So I thought almost like a masterboard, if you were just using book page or something, you could then, use it as the background, neutral background kind of thing. That's the plan. So I'll probably get a few of these done and then I'll hit pause because you don't need to see me do this. I don't know if you can see all those strips beside me, but I think I'll be making about 20 of these sheets. I don't think you need to see me do them all, but I'll do a few and then I'll come back and, we'll cut them down and see what we can make. So if you've got any strips hanging around, go and grab them and see what you can make with them. Oops. I was thinking actually whether you could do this with other shapes, like if you had circles. I'm on a desperate bid to you know, use up a bunch of things. And yeah, I was wondering whether there was an option for doing it with circles. Probably is. So yeah. And I'm not being very precious about it. As I say, I was just sort of going with colours that went together. So like this is the same as that, and then I'm just turning it over so that the pattern is slightly different, not exactly the same. So that's what I'm doing in some cases, and kind of thing. And all strips of different sizes. So I don't think I can talk to you about strips any more than what I already have done. I tell you what I am thinking though, is whether I can do one that is not diagonal. I wonder what they would look like vertical and horizontal as well, whether it would work the same. So you know what, in order to find out, we're going to do one like that too. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to cut this one down because it's a bit long. Okay. So yeah, in a minute I'll do a vertical one, and we'll just sort of see, you know, if that makes a difference or not, because I've never done this before. I just made that one little tag and thought, oh, I might as well do the next lot on video, because might give you some ideas. So I don't know about you, but I'm on a supplies buying ban for the foreseeable future. Really, I just want to get into the habit of using what I've got rather than you know, running out to buy new things. Well, I randomly had that one. I think I was going to put that in the middle somewhere. Should I just lay it over the top? Do you think that would... Just sort of seeing if it was the same width as one of these. I could pull that one off, put that one down there. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's do that. So yeah, I was using Collal glue, so it did make it easy to pull that off without having any issues. That's it. And then I'll just throw that one because, well, I suppose I could have it. I suppose I could just pop it down, couldn't I? It's gone a bit tacky now, but if I don't like it, I can always, you know, cut that bit off when I come to do it. Cut it down, I mean. So that's that. So yeah, I think I'll try and do a vertical one next, just to see if that makes any difference. Probably won't, but you never know. So vertical one, what colour should I go with? Not that it matters, but might as well try and do something. Okay, so again, I'll probably do this one, you know, this side, and then turn it around, because I think I've got a few pieces of this. So I'll hit pause in a minute, and then I'll get the rest of these done. I think I need to charge up my phone anyway. And then I'll come back and we will yeah, make some things together. That's what I'm thinking. So let me hit pause, because I have really run out of things to say about strips now whilst I carry on gluing. And yeah, I'll come back and we'll carry on and make some stuff with them. See you soon. Okay, so that's all of those done and all my strips used up. Plenty to work with here, so fingers crossed we can get something good out of these. So I'm going to start by just simply cutting across here, just to separate the two so I can sort of see what I'm working with. Hopefully you can see my trimmer okay. So I didn't really have a plan when I was cutting them. I will show you what I'm looking for though. So obviously I've got strips of different lengths, and I didn't really think about where I was putting them, so there's probably a cleverer way to do this. But what I'm looking for is to simply get a point where if I cut down there, for example, right here, I'll show you with the ruler, if I cut here, I can cut all of the book page off. I'm getting every scrap if I cut along that line. Oh, sorry. That is what I'm looking for when knowing where to cut. That's literally it. So again, if I look here along this line, I know that I would need to cut here in order to get all of that book page off. So that's what I'm doing. And it's fun because it's kind of like a masterboard when you just simply cut without really thinking about what you're doing. And it's a surprise what you get, isn't it? So for example, in this case, I'm going to end up with something really small if I cut. So if I cut here, I'm going to end up with this little square, which actually looks kind of cool. So I could cut a big circle from that maybe. The alternative is that I cut here or here, and then, yeah, see this one I don't think is big enough. So what I'm actually going to do instead is, so I was just having a funny 5 minutes where I couldn't see my my punch, my big, this is my 2.5 inch punch. I couldn't see it even though it was right in front of me. So I'm actually going to cut a circle out of this. Sorry about the noise, that's very loud. Because I think that would work better than a tag. And then if I ink around, you won't be able to see that bit because I've just lost a little bit of a scrap, but that's fine. So from that, that's the basis of maybe a cluster or one of those like paperclip pockets or something that you've seen me do before. In my case, I'll probably use it as the base of a cluster because I did see the scraps as being like the background. So you won't always get tags out of them. You know, it does depend on how you cut it and where you cut it. So I don't know, maybe my formula for cutting is maybe it needs less thought than what I was trying to put in. Let's see. I might need some more scraps. I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but I'm just thinking. I mean, that could be a journal card, but obviously I've got all that going on. So if I cut again, sorry, just whirring as I think because I don't want to lose everything. So then maybe when we come to decorate them, I could put something in those two corners, or when we do the tag topper, that bit will be cut off anyway, and then it will just be this bit down here, which could probably be covered up with like a label or something. So I'm going to try and make that into a tag. You know, we'll just see what happens. That's the fun of these things, is who knows? Who knows? If you've got any smart ideas about how I could have done this differently, then I'm all ears. Please do tell me. But you know, I just want to, yeah, just see what happens. I'm just looking. Tell you, I'm having a lot of fun with, you know, not knowing how this is going to come out or anything. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm a big fan of stuff like this where, you know, you just don't know how something is going to look until you're finished. So again, here, this could be a tag if I cut it in a certain way as to lose most of that. And then I've just got a couple of spots where I just want to, you know, fill them in. But can you see what I mean about the fact that because we're using all different sort of like tones of the same colour, it becomes, you know, a base of something where you can, you know, fancy it up more. So I'll just keep cutting. So again, I just want to cut these apart. So this is the vertical one that we did. So that one will be easy, won't it? So if I go there, and about there. I mean, at the end of the day, these would have just gone into the bin. So this one, I might actually put it this way rather than horizontal. So this one will be vertical, and then again, just cut into a tag shape. I don't really have a preference which way around that goes, but I think that would work fine. I do prefer the diagonal though, definitely. So I think I will keep getting these cut down. I just wish there was like, I wish I was smarter so that I could figure out what I could do differently to get less book page on it. I bet you're all like, you know, screaming at me. Do this. I wish I could hear you. But I think this one's working out okay. It just, again, I don't want to lose, you know, too much of what we've done. So with a bit of tidying up, that could be a journal card base. And again, we just want to cover up these parts. I think actually, I'm just going to cut off the bottom of it, so that there's less to patch up. What do you think? Would you try it? Am I balmy? Okay, so I'm going to get the rest of these cut down. I think I've got about 4 sheets left to go. And then, yeah, I'll show you what I've come up with, what we've got at the end of it. And the next step will be to, you know, try to turn these into usable ephemera pieces. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I've got everything cut down. So I've got some tag shapes. Just thought I would show you how they all turned out. And then we'll look to decorate a couple of these bits and bobs together. Obviously, you know, there's instances where I might need to go in with extra scraps or hide things with, you know, hide things with the fussy cuts and whatnot. But, you know, I think considering these were just going to go in the bin, you know, the strips I mean, I'm happy with those. So we'll decorate these two together. I've got some stuff prepared already and inked up. Now these are the 2 horizontal ones, which I'm not as big a fan of. They're not terrible, but I'm actually going to save these for another day and gesso over them and just sort of see if that helps with anything. I might need to gesso in ink or something. Same with this one. I'm not such a big fan of how this turned out. This is going to be a journal card. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I just think I could have probably been a bit neater about it. Equally, a bit of gesso probably will fix that up. And then the same with these. These are a couple of circles I've got. I'll probably put some gesso on these. So I'll save that for a different day, and you know, we can experiment together. And then these are the other 2 pieces I want to decorate. So I had a scrap left over. I managed to get this triangle pocket, and I've got a circle which I thought we would turn into something. Okay, so let's start with the pocket. So this is obviously just a triangle. When I come to use it, I'll have to put a gusset on the back of it. If there's time at the end, I will show you what I mean by that. But for now, I just want to go ahead and get these decorated. So as I say, I've inked everything already just to save a bit of time. So I've got a little sticker here, and I'm going to pop this piece behind it. Wrong way around, Justine. That's it. And then I had another sticker similar to that I've just washied a bit. I've just torn it a bit. And then of course I'm gonna get myself in a right gluey mess right now. I went ahead and glued before I was ready, but that's fine. It'll all work out. I'll get those popped down, something like that. And then I've got a Tim Holtz mushroom and a label, so nothing fancy, just a few bits and bobs I had lying around. And oops, clearly I'm in a green kind of mood today, and also feeling very clumsy. I'm all fingers and thumbs. So I'm going to go something like that and promptly wipe up the glue. My goodness me. Say as I do, not do as I do. No, say, oh my gosh. Oh, you can tell it's the evening. Oh my goodness. Right, rewind, start again. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Anyway, that's the decoration I've gone with for that one. And then, as I say, we'll have to put a gusset on it to make it a bit more usable. But won't worry about that just yet. I'm not sure I trust myself with crafting now. So for this one, I'm going to turn it into a little bit of a cluster. Now, I don't know if you'll notice that at the bottom here, I don't know if I cut it wrong or what, but there's a bit sort of there. So I have an idea as to how we might be able to hide that. So I've got these 2 bits of Tim Holtz ephemera and a butterfly that I never use. I never use the green ones, so I thought it's about time, isn't it? Also Tim Holtz. I just had my Tim Holtz bits out, so I thought might as well use them. And then I'm thinking something-ish like that. I might move the butterfly up a bit. Something. We'll make it work, won't we? As I say, I don't want these to be, because they're, you know, it's another shop your trash video, let's be honest, where, you know, we are using things that would have happily gone in the bin, but we're not those kinds of people, are we? Throwing things in the bin. Anywho, so yeah, I thought I would keep things as simple as possible when it comes to decorating, I mean. But yeah, you'll have to excuse me. I obviously cannot talk or function properly after work because I'm struggling to know words. I don't know what's gone on. So I might just be quiet for a minute. Alright, I think I want this somewhere there-ish. As I say, I'm just trying to disguise the bit that was a bit not quite right. Alright, I'm shushing. I'm promptly being quiet for a minute whilst I gather myself. I think that's the thing, you just get a bit tired, don't you? And then words just go to pot. There we are, that's my little cluster. And you know, that is strong enough that that could easily be a little tuck spot if I wanted it to be. Excess glue there. But yeah, that's alright, isn't it? I mean, I know it kind of takes away from the, you know, the fact that you can't really tell that there's strips behind it, but that's also kind of the point is, you know, we're making it work with these pieces that we would have just thrown away. So that's my thinking anyway. So then this, I was trying to hide, like, I didn't like some of this, like I've got book page showing through, so I thought I would maybe follow the line a little bit just to do something like that. Again, with the idea that the strips of paper are just background and we didn't throw anything away, or minimal things, I should say. I can't keep everything. I'm only human. There we go. And then I'll probably have to cut some of this off, but this is just a die cut from a paper pad. And yeah, clearly I was in a green mood because I just I've got all my green bits out. I think sometimes you just have to go with, you know, what's inspiring you at the time. And clearly today it's green leaves. That's what I'm feeling today, a lot of green. So just cut that little bit off there. Okay, so we've got a little tag, which I don't know if I want to add something else. I'm actually thinking, looking at it, whether I want to put the word fern on it, which I have got in here somewhere. Okay, so I've put the word fern there, but I'm really not a fan of how those edges look just at the bottom of the leaf and where the word is. So I'm going to fix it with a butterfly, and I actually think that looks really cool. do love how butterflies just seem to finish things off nicely. Don't want to squeeze it all the way down there. I do want some 3D in there if I can. There we are. Another tag, liking these. And then last but not least, we've got this tall one. Now I've got this bit at the bottom where I've got the book page there. Now first thing is, I thought if I use this label as my bottom piece, I'm then going to cut the tag down up to this point. That's what I'm thinking. I think the tag will still be, you know, big enough, so I'll put that there. And then I know where to go up to. So something like that. I think that's straight. Yeah. And then I'll just ink the bottom again. Okay, so we have this, something workable. And again, I want to cover up the bit at the top. So I did wonder if I could do something with these leaves somehow. These are acorn oak leaves cut from a book. I'm just wondering if I could kind of just, I don't know, do something with them. I kind of liked the idea of them just kind of looking like they were falling down, or just kind of on there quite higgledy-piggledy. So let's see what we can do. Sorry, gone quiet, concentrating. As I say, I'm just working the leaf in to cover up the issue with the book page, and then I will just cut the excess off and cut a new hole in the tag. Easy peasy. So then this one, where shall we have you? I don't want to cover up my acorns. Something like that. I didn't have any tall leaves, so that's why I've used the 2 fussy cuts, because this is quite a, you know, tall tag compared to what we were just using, so this will help fill up the space a bit more. Something like that. Hopefully that looks like they're kind of, you know, not necessarily falling from the tree, but they're doing something. We have a cluster of leaves. There we go. Oh, I've just lost my stalk. No worries. Let's glue that back on. My gluey fingers sticking to me better than the thing I'm working on. Working with. That's it. You'd never know. Don't tell anyone. Okay, how's that? Just get all these little edges. And then sadly I have to cut some of this leaf off. Okay, that's fine. Ink that up, and just need to put the hole back in. That's it. That'll do me. I sort of feel like maybe we want something up there. Of course, now I've got the butterflies out, you know what I want to do. I want to see about some of these butterflies. Let me just find one I want to use. Okay, so I've got the word leaf, which I'm going to use. These words are from Honey Puddle. I do like to use these ones. So have that there. And a butterfly. I just really like the contrast of the green and the orange, actually. And then it feels like the leaves are like the scrapbooking paper. It's like, you know, that's in the background too. So I hope you like the idea of using up your strips. I hope the videos come out good. Convince you to go get them out. I've got various videos on using up paper strips. I've tried all kinds of different ways. This is the first time where I've actually able to get through a whole heap of them in, you know, one sitting. I've been here for, you know, an hour or so, a couple of hours maybe by now. And yeah, I've managed to use them all up. So yeah, we've made this pocket. As I say, I just want to add a gusset to it, which probably don't have time now, but when I come to use it, you'll see what I mean. I'll just do it with some scraps of paper. Little cluster / tuck spot. And these two tags, which just want tag toppers. Some string probably, I'll just do some twine or something, keep them quite botanical. There you go. I like those. You'd never know they're made from strips. I mean, you can kind of see it in places, of course, but I don't think it's, you know, completely noticeable. I was just looking at this triangle pocket and wondering whether I might want to put, I quite like something like that along the edge. So I'm just going to see if I've got anything that's a bit thinner. That's it. Just felt like it was missing a little something, so I think that's finished that off quite nicely. Yeah, I'm sorry about the lighting's not so great. You can't see the nice vibrant greens, but hopefully it's convinced you enough to get out your strips of paper. Just bring you in a bit. Yeah, colours are not so great on video, but you get the idea. Using up your strips of paper to try and make some ephemera. And of course you can come up with all different types of things. Again, I'm just tidying away a little bit whilst I say my goodbyes. So as I say, we've got a whole bunch more things to do. I will do a part 2. I don't know when I'll get time, but we will do a part 2 where I'll see what they're like with gesso on top and some kind of, you know, inking and stuff. As for the rest, I'll probably just do, you know, some of them off screen because, you know, it's not going to be that much different from what you've seen me do. Basically, it's just a case of working with the space to, you know, add fussy cuts and labels and stickers and things like that. But anyway, I hope you like them. I hope you like the idea of using up your strips. I'm sure it's been done before, but this is just something I wanted to give a go. And yeah, thanks so much. I'm sure I'll be back with more scrap busters because no matter how hard I try, I never seem to actually get rid of my scraps. I've always got tons and tons of them. Anyway, I'll stop my waffling and we'll speak soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye for now.